Well, hello everyone. Long time no see or long time no talk to. Oh my goodness, guys. I know, I know. Where has Niecy been? Why have you been MIA on us? Guys, it's going to take a long time and a long explanation and a lot of coloring chats for me to explain where I've been. But good news is I'm back again. Once again, I'm sorry to have left you guys for so long, but I had to get some things situated. I had to get myself together. I needed a break. But guys, we are back and I am so excited to be back with you guys. I've actually have not been coloring for the past months. It's not even a few months. My goodness, it's been 6-8 months. I put down my coloring supplies and really had not been coloring because so much was happening with my health, with the surrounding situations. Oh my goodness, guys, it's just been a whirlwind, but we are going to get into all that. But hey guys, oh my goodness, how are you? I was actually nervous about getting on the camera. I was like, oh my goodness, I don't know what to say and what to do, and my lighting and my recording and the camera. And it was just like my first video, the feelings of nerves. But then it quickly went away when I thought about all of you amazing guys that I've missed while I've been gone. So, hey guys, leave me a hello and what you've been up to in the comments below. But again, thank you so much for sticking around, for sticking it out, not leaving me. But hey, we're back together again. So happy together. But guys, this is going to be a little coloring chat. I'm going to be talking to you guys about a few things, like maybe where I've been and what can you expect from my channel from here on out. And I figured what better way to start a comeback video than with a book or page that I actually left. So just to show you that I really have not been coloring, guys. This was one of the last pages I colored on this channel, like one of the last few videos that was like a color along. And I was like, hey, let me start back with that one and to show you guys, hey, I pretty much it's pretty much where I left it, guys. Not much has been done. A few things have been done since the last showing of this picture, but not much has been done. So I said, okay, I need to finish this with you guys. I hate, starting something and not finishing it. So what better picture than this one to welcome everyone back. All right, guys, so let's jump right on into this. Let's see what pencils. I've been using the majority of Prismacolor pencils and Tritone, Koh-i-Noor Tritone pencils. And I think with these, I used a few watercolor paints or pencils or something I used. I don't know. But for the majority, I'm doing Prismacolor pencils. But I kind of wanted to start working on the stone work on like the sidewalks. And I wanted to use some watercolor pencils for that, because one thing, guys, that I realized with my coloring. What happened was, let's go ahead and get on into the explanations, because I know you guys are like, okay, tell us where you been, what's been going on. Well, one of the big things were I stopped enjoying coloring. It had become more like, oh, let me get this page done. Let me do this coloring chat. Let me record this video. And just the enjoyment, the reason I started coloring was for stress relief and just enjoying it. And I stopped really enjoying it. The process became more like work or process than fun. So I had to kind of reboot and remember, why did I even start coloring, adult coloring, from the beginning? So I need to get back to that. So I had to get back to, just the enjoyment of it all. So I have thought about it and figured out some ways that I can enjoy my coloring more. I was getting like a lot of supplies to try, like cheaper supplies, budget friendly supplies. And you guys were like with me from the beginning of my journey and me figuring out what type of coloring supplies I enjoy using. There are actually supplies that I enjoy more than others. There are actually pencils that I enjoy using more than others because I can work with them better. So I've learned all these things. I've learned like this whole thing up here, this awning deal up here. This was one of the reasons I stopped coloring altogether, because it stressed me out and it frustrated me, because for me, something repetitive that takes a lot of hard work, it just wears me out and there's like no enjoyment in the whole process. So I regretted using the Prismacolor pencils on this awning. And I said, man, I wish I would have used either watercolor pencils or pastel pencils to do it. That would have went a lot faster and it would have been a lot easier on my hands and my body and time. It wouldn't have been as time consuming as blending and shading each one of these with a pencil. It was just, so that's one thing I learned since I've been gone, that using supplies that are easier on me, that are quicker, gives the same result or a similar result than with just using pencils over and over and over forever. Because pencils is a slow medium. It takes forever for the most part for pencils. So that's why I use a lot of different media on my pages. And that's why I love the tritones, the Koh-i-Noor tritones, because they do things like this. Like if I would have did the staircase with Prismacolor pencils or any other single color pencils, it would have took me a million years. But instead, it took me a few minutes because I used the tritone pencils. So yes, if you like to see a video on me doing using the tritone pencils on some other wood, then just let me know in the comments below. But I have a couple of videos already of me doing wood. But if you like to see an up-to-date one, just let me know, guys. But yeah, so we're going to figure that awning out later on. Or maybe I'll do one little piece at a time, something like that. But hey, so I said, okay, with these, with the stonework on the sidewalk, I said, oh my goodness, I need to use some watercolor pencils so it can be easier. And I decided to use the Hero watercolor pencils that I have, the 150 set. I used the watercolor pencils. Which one did I use for these stones here? I really like the way that they turned out. That was super easy. But which one? I forgot, guys. I don't know. I'll have to look through my pencils and figure out. But I think it was Marco Renoir. I think it was the Marco Renoir watercolor pencils that I used on this. So, yes. Watercolor pencils make things go a lot faster. So, we are going to try and pick out some colors and figure out what we're going to do with this, okay? So I think I want to go with more of like a sandstone I don't know if that makes any sense, but I kind of want these, yeah, like a terracotta. I want these sidewalk stones to be kind of like a terracotta looking stone. So I think I'm going to start with my darkest color. I think I'm going to start with 9031. So 9031, where are you? I'm looking for 9031, guys. Now that's a shame, guys. When you mark the color wrong, when you mark the, I'm just looking and looking for 9031, and it's actually not 9031. It's 9131. And there is a 9135. I'm just crazy. Uh-oh. I am absolutely crazy. So here I am, 9119. Here I am redoing the numbers because I put the wrong number down there. Great. Okay. So here we go. And just in case you want to see how the pencils look, the hero pencils, watercolor pencils, here they are. Very beautiful pencils. And I love huge sets. And here are all of the swatches with the dry color, the wet color, and lightly colored in and kind of dark. So yes, let's start this, okay? So let's start over here in the corner where everything is kind of hidden, and just in case I change my mind, it won't be too obvious. If I don't like the effect that these watercolors give or these pencils give, then I won't have to worry about it. So my next color is going to be this dark ochre. So I usually go from dark to light with my coloring. Now I think I might need to do this one. Well, we'll see. I might have to do all three. I don't know. But just play it by ear. See what you like. Or see what I like. I'm such a random colorist. See, I don't be knowing what I'm doing. Coloring is all about having fun and just creating something that you love personally. So with that being said, I think I need to get my water and my paintbrush ready. So I have my little container with my water in it. I love this little thing. I think I got it from Dollar Tree or something, but it's like for paintbrushes and it wipes off the excess colors, and I did not put my page protector in, so let's do that now. Anyway, have my paintbrushes, and I got this cheapy little set from Hobby Lobby with these fine tip, fine brush paintbrushes. I really like it for the fine detail brushes. It was a super cheap set, like I think $3 or something. But anyway, you know, the Dollar Diva is still all about the budget, okay? So let's go ahead and activate these and see how they look. because if I'm not feeling something, it will have to be changed. But then again, sometimes some things kind of grow on me. Like I wouldn't be liking it like when I do it. And then I'll go back and look at it a couple days later. I'm like, okay, that didn't turn out half bad. Oh, okay. So let me get an even darker color because I feel these stones or whatever this is, it needs a little bit more, definition, depth, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, guys, it's just been like a roller coaster of things. I know everybody is aware of the current pandemic, but guys, my body been going through a pandemic, if you know what I mean. It's been like, no, I have not had corona, but you know, most of us who color have other health issues. So those other health issues have been just piling up on me like nonstop, and it's been impeding my coloring time and my strength to color. You know, when you have to decide between coloring and taking a shower, that's just hands down. You know the decision you have to make, okay? But oh my goodness, it's been crazy. And I know a lot of you are going through so much these days. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see these stones a little bit better, because I know you probably can't see anything that I'm doing. So sometimes I try to like color like lightly and like do this layering thing, but that don't always work for me. But what I usually find myself doing is doing like a hard layer. Like I am a, what do you call it? I haven't been in the coloring lingo in so long. I done forgot the terms and technology. Not technology. Oh my goodness, guys. Terms and sayings, but I am heavy-handed like with my coloring. I'm like hard, like I press hard down on the pages. Now I'm just getting like irritated. Well, not irritated, but like I think my ADD acting up because I'm starting to color large spaces and I'm not taking my time, and I'm just not feeling doing these, coloring these blocks. Not blocks. Street pavements. I'm struggling. And see, that's like another thing that I had like issues with before. I would try to push myself to color things that I just wasn't feeling coloring. Like if you don't enjoy something in the process, then it's better to just kind of put that aside, do it later, wait, do it when a day when you're cool with doing repetitious things and not creative things, and just kind of, yeah, because this is kind of boring me right now. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. I'm learning to enjoy the process, enjoy just everything about coloring. Just enjoy what you do. Enjoy what I do. So I think I need to move to color something different right now. Yeah, so that's that's blocks, not blocks. Why do I keep calling these blocks, guys? I don't know. So I think I need to move to doing something different, coloring something different that I will enjoy coloring. So I think I'm going to start on the bread. Yeah. And yeah, I kind of started on the middle of the bread, and I'll be using the Prismacolor pencils. That's what I've been using on the majority of this page, except for a few things. I've been using like the tritone pencils like I mentioned before, and a few gel pens, and a few watercolors or paints or something. So let's just go ahead and get started with this bread. Let's start with the light umber in the Prismacolor Premier pencils. This is my favorite pencil to work with. Oh my goodness. I'm finally learning what media I enjoy using, and they're just so easy to work with for me. I know everyone has their favorite pencil or their favorite media, like markers or polychromos or whatever, but Prismacolor is my jam. It's my jam. Yes, I love it. All right, so let's go to my next color. I usually work from dark to light and then like back to dark to do like shadows and create more depth in the object that I'm coloring. So let's see, what color do I need to use? I'll just use this. I have all my Prismacolors right here in this new book. So which color will coincide or cooperate nicely? This ginger root. I try to decide which colors will be closest to one another. You have to be so careful with the browns and the grays because they will get muddy on you in a minute when you're blending. And shading. So my favorite white pencil is go in these highlighted areas. And I find now that I have to be careful not to go over the whole thing all the time with the white pencil because it would change the color of whatever color pencil I'm using. And I end up having to go over it. So let's take my little teeny tiny chocolate. This color is my favorite. I'm gonna use this for shading. It's one of my favorites, but being my favorite did not make it this small. I think the leads were broken inside of it because sharpening it was like a disaster. So once I got it to stay sharp, I try not to sharpen this one too often. So I'm using this chocolate pencil for my shadows. Just going around any area that I feel is behind any other object, and also the edges of the object, because I think that's like where a shadow would be. Just imagine where shadows would be. Now let's take my blender pencil and kind of blend those shadows of the chocolate. Let me clean my blender pencil a little bit. You do not want to use a dirty blender pencil. That's like horrible. That ruins your picture. If you have like, if you've been blending red or orange and then you try to blend something that's lighter, oh my goodness, you'll have red and orange in your picture, in your object, and you like don't want it there. I've done that a few too many times. All right, so this bread is looking pretty good. Maybe even good enough to eat. What do you think? Would you eat this loaf? I think I would. Okay, so let's take this dark brown and just really, really define those shadows. Kind of go over a few of the line works to just make it just pop. You know, I'm all about the poppage, guys. I'm all about making my picture pop. I have such a hard time using muted colors because I'm just, oh, the bright colors, the reds and the orange and the yellows, they do something to me. They make me happy. Blues are okay too, but guys, ooh, yes, I like the happy colors. McDonald's does not have red and white signage, not red and white, red and yellow signage for nothing. They know what red and yellow does to the brain. If you think about it, most fast food places have red in their like signage or their theme or whatever. So let's just continue this dark brown on over to this next bread. I already did the inside color with like a eggshell. So I'll go and probably work on that inside color later to give it some more depth. But let's just do a light layer. I'm trying to work on my layering, guys, because you know how I like to color. I like to do like hard color, not hard color. Anyway, burnt ochre. I'm going to figure the word out in a minute. Heavy-handed. Yeah, that's what it is. I like to do heavy hand, like with one color, and then kind of venture out with the lighter color. But I'm trying to work on doing more layering and light-handed techniques. I always go back to some heavy-handed stuff because I just can't help it. That's just my style. Okay, so let's get our next color. Next layer color will be the jasmine. And just go over everything that we've colored for the most part and kind of be a little bit lighter as we get to the white area where our highlight is. Leave a teeny bit white if I can. And get my white pencil. Make sure it's clean. Now go from the white area out so I won't completely change the color like I did on that bottom one. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's working. I want all these breads to be like different colors. So I get this dark brown again. And give us a little shadow edge. So like I was saying, I figured out that I'm still on this journey, guys, of figuring this whole coloring thing out and learning how to enjoy the process. Now I'm going to work on a little bit more of depth with the burnt ochre. And kind of go inside the lighter area to kind of give it a little bit of depth. Just a little bit. Very light strokes. And kind of blend those in just a little bit. So yeah, I learned that Prismacolor is soft. It works well on my hands. It colors quickly. It works well on my technique. I just love the Prisma Premier pencils. I really do. So let's go. I think that bread is pretty much done. Let's go to our next bread with the cream color. Just color the inside completely. Kind of heavy-handed, of course, because we'll come in later and, you know, work with that. I think I want this bread here to be a little bit lighter than the rest. But yeah, I just figure, hey, if it takes me a million years to color 3 breads, oh well. So let's get this beige and let that be one of our darker colors. Or I try to pick a color that I want as my darker color, but I end up going back in with an even darker color to kind of give it more shadow and depth. I'm all about the depth, guys, okay? I'm all about adding, you know, just realism, or just making my picture look appealing to me. So we got our beige, and I went back to my old technique of being heavy-handed on the outside, and then come back in yellow ochre with the next color a little bit lighter. Now I'm being heavy-handed. Just be heavy-handed, like out a little bit. I don't know how to describe it. Does it make sense? Does that make sense? You can tell I'm pressing hard on the pencil, because sometimes I get impatient and I want the color to, like, come on out color. We ain't got time to be blending and shading and being light-handed. Just give me my color that I asked for, okay? Now I'm going back to like a peach color to kind of go over everything. Beige, I'm sorry. Going back to beige to kind of blend everything in. Then I'll get my white. Make sure it's clean, because we don't want any dark brown on this right now. You know what? No, I'm going to go with the French gray. I don't want to do white. I just want it to be kind of smooth. I don't want very harsh blending spots. Well, let's see. Decisions. Yellow ochre. I think I'll go with you. Well, that's not really dark enough. That's looking more like what I'm going for, but we need a little bit more something to it. So let's get this light umber, I'm sorry. And darken things up a little bit more. Get our shadows working out here. Okay. Now let's use our lighter color, well, our blender pencil, and just kind of melt everything together. Get that darker pencil one more time and give these shadows a little bit something extra. Oh, that makes all the difference. Get that blender pencil and get that darker pencil again. Yeah, guys, so excuse me, that's pretty much that. Whew. I tell you, this fall is not going to be my friend. But yeah, we're just getting this piece of bread. But that's one thing that I realized, that, like I said, if it takes me 1,000,000 years to complete 3 pieces of bread in a picture, okay, that's fine. I was putting so much pressure on myself to possibly finish a picture in like a certain amount of time and record a certain amount of videos, and just, you know, it was just, I was putting so much pressure on myself that was like not healthy, and that was just not beneficial for me. So I just kind of had to give myself a break and regroup and just kind of figure things out. So I think I figured them out, you know, pretty well. I haven't gotten everything together completely yet in my mind and in my body, but at least we're working on it, and I know what it takes. So yeah. So I think that bread, all 3 of those breads are pretty much, that's what I was going for. Excuse me. Whew. Okay, so I'm tired now, and I need a break. So it took me 40 minutes to do 3 pieces of bread. Yeah, that's, well, 30 minutes because I talked 10 of those minutes. But anyway, it's okay. I'm good with that. If it takes 30 minutes to do 3 pieces of bread, at least I did 3 pieces of bread, right? Okay. So yeah, but thank you so much for watching, guys. Thank you for joining me again, coming back to my channel, and I'm so glad and grateful to be back here with you. Hopefully we will be able to do a lot more coloring together and just get things situated, and we can spend a lot more time together, guys. So there you go. That's my finished product, my finished breads. Okay, there we go. And piece of pavement over there that I'll have to work on later, one pavement at a time. But that's okay. But okay, again, thank you guys for stopping by and supporting my channel and being so amazing. So until next time, guys, bye.